Hey, Miss Yolanda. Take these off. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Hey, Vanna. Hey, LaDonna. This song is super fitting. Anyway, we are discussing Sistas. What is up, everybody? We have a whole lot to unpack. Okay, we got a lot to unpack. We got a lot to unpack from yesterday's episode. So we are going to get into it. But first, I got to pause this. Yes, we got a whole lot to unpack. Okay, so the episode starts off with, so first of all, hey everybody, if this is your first time tuning in, we're live, so we can kind of chill and stuff. Okay, so the episode starts off, it picks up where it left off with Mr. Leland, I think that's his name. He's on the stretcher, and we had so many theories of who that was on stretcher. We thought, I thought it was Hayden. I thought it was Jordan. I even had a theory that, I thought Hayden was gonna get killed off the show. A whole bunch of stuff. Yes. Thank you so much for anybody if this is your first time here, please like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm so glad that you are here. You could be anywhere else, but you are here, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I am actually not mad that it wasn't Hayden. Hayden actually makes for good drama. I'll explain why I think he makes for good drama later. But Hayden actually makes for really good drama, in my opinion. But I'll get to why I think that in a minute. Okay, so it actually picks up where it left off with Mr. Leland on the stretcher. He is who the mystery guy was as far as the shoes, and who the person was on the stretcher in the series premiere thing when they was promoting it. Hey, thank you so much for joining. So Mr. Leland died, and so Fatima and Andi were discussing that, and Fatima was like, yeah, that's messed up. My condolences. However, that's one less partner who's gonna talk noise about you. That's one less partner that's gonna be gunning for you to not be working at this company anymore. And also his position is up for grabs. And Andi was like, you know what, you're right. And if we play our cards right, that could be my position. And one thing about Fatima, we see that Fatima like I always say, Fatima is a thinker, and she's also a strategist, because, like I've been saying, I've actually always said that there's a reason. Hey, I don't want to say your name wrong, so I'm just gonna call you AP. So hey, baby. Hey, Court. So yes, Fatima is a strategic person. And I've always said that there's a reason why both her and Hayden are at that firm specifically. I've always said that. But anyway, she says to Andi, She says to Andi, if we play our cards right, that partnership position could be yours, right? And Fatima knows that if Andi moves up the corporate ladder, that also means that she moves up the corporate ladder. So do the math. If Andi moves up to managing partner, that also means that when Fatima gets out of school, because we know that Fatima is in law school right now. So if Andi moves up to managing partner, guess what that means when Fatima graduates from law school? Mm-hmm. Fatima has a job. Not only will she go from assistant, she goes to partner. So that's two black partners at a major law firm in Atlanta. Chess move. Fatima thinking. Fatima is trying to secure the bag, not just for her, but she's trying to secure the bag for her family. Yep. So they talk about that and they move on. This episode did a whole lot of jumping around. So if I missed something, please forgive me. Okay. Um, I believe it goes to the salon and Karen is sitting at the desk doing something, and the guy comes in with some more boxes, and the guy Trey comes in with some more boxes, and she's like, "Oh heck no, take that out, right? Take that out." And Pam comes over and is like, "No, it's not what you think." And also, for your information, I bought this with my own money. And Karen is like, "How could you? How did you afford that?" And this stuff like comments like that is the reason why Karen's friends and even her mom says that she's judgmental. Because why would you even say something like that? You know what I'm saying? Why do you keep saying, here's my thing. Okay. And I'm not talking about anybody, because those who follow me and those who've seen my tweets and stuff about the show, I don't dislike anybody on the show. I'm not team anybody. I literally just watch the show. Okay. But here's my thing. If Karen, sweetie, you keep calling Pam broke, but Pam works for you. And if the fish rots from the head, and if Pam works for you and Pam is broke, what does that say about you as her boss? Are you calling yourself broke? See what I'm saying? Just a thought. But anyway, let me keep going. So she makes that comment, and Pam was like, "For your information, I got a business credit. I took out a business line of credit, and got this stuff. And don't worry, my stuff is gonna be on the shelves, and we're gonna be making money, and we're gonna be making money in no time. Okay." And so Karen has this sulky look on her face, and she says to Pam, "Be careful with the business line of credit, because she's like, be careful with the business line of credit, because I know what it's like, getting yourself in the hole with, business loans, credit cards and stuff like that you can't get out of." The Trey guy chimes in on the conversation, and he's like, "You're right, because I've done the same thing." And Karen is like, "What, you got business? You got business lines of credit and stuff?" And he was like, "Yeah, do that, and school stuff like that." And he was like, "Oh, what, a hood nigga? What, you think because I'm a hood dude that I didn't go to school?" And she was like, "Oh, no, 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 I didn't mean it like that." And he was like, "No, you did mean it like that." And he was like, "But don't worry, I'm gonna keep I'm, I'm gonna keep rising to, don't worry about that. It's cool. I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna keep shutting down I'm gonna keep shutting down your, your falsehoods of me, if you will, right?" And so he leaves, and so You could tell that, you could tell that she feels away. In my opinion, she feels away because people don't talk to her like that. She's not used to people talking to her like that. That's the first thing. And of course, she feels away because I'm gonna get all those things out the way. In my opinion, she felt the way because he talked to her like that. And she also felt the way because she felt bad because she offended him. So she's sitting in the chair and Pam was like, "Why are you looking all sad?" You know, and her mom comes out the office and she was like, "Baby, why are you looking all sad and stuff?" And so she was like, "Mama, do you think I'm judgmental?" And her mama was like, yeah, you do judge people. And yeah, you are a little snobbish, you know. And so Karen was like, "My own mama think I'm a snob." And I was seeing some comments on Twitter about, people being upset with her mom calling her that. And so here's my thing with that. As smart as Pam is, she got absolutely. And I'm gonna speak to that comment, LaDonna. Give me 1 second. So here's my thing with some of the comments that I actually saw on Twitter regarding her mom, and even Pam, basically was like, "Yeah, yeah, Karen, you are snobbish and you are judgmental." When someone asks you, "Hey, do you think I'm this?" or "Hey, do you think I'm that?" you have nothing to lose but to tell them the truth. And Karen opened that door when she asked her mom, "Hey, mom, am I judgmental? Am I this?" So you have nothing. When somebody asks you to tell them the truth, you have nothing to lose, right? Now that's not to say that that's not to say that Karen doesn't get to have feelings behind the answer that she got, because she does. But hopefully Karen starts sitting in it, and sitting with herself and start getting some actual healing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, absolutely. Karen does not like to be told that she's wrong. And Karen does not think that she's wrong. And I actually said this I actually was a guest on Tim's podcast, and that y'all check that out. That episode will actually drop sometime today, I think. But I said one thing about Karen is she be thinking that she's being motherly when her friends just really be needing her to be their friend. And Andi actually said that in the previous episode. I want to say it was season 2. Andi was like, "Who are you, my mama? That ain't what I need." You know, and yeah. So I thought that was interesting. So that was that. And then I want to get all the Karen scenes, the Karen scenes out the way. So then we go to another scene where she's sitting at her front desk, and she's trying to balance all her books. Yes. Right. Exactly. It was better her mom said it, because if her friends Andi and Sabrina cuddle her, yes they do, because Andi and Sabrina they walk on eggshells with her, and Danny definitely would have been like, "Absolutely, yes, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that." Um, so yes, Karen was sitting at her front desk and she was going over her checkbook, and she was looking sulky, and she was looking sulky like, "I have gotten myself into something that I can't get out of." That's the vibe that I got from the looks that she was making all this episode. And in more ways than one, actually, I got that. Yeah, that's the vibe that I got from this episode, from the looks that she was making, and not just from the bills and from the upcoming bills and stuff, and money and stuff. And so Pam was like, "Why are you over here looking sad?" And she was like, "Why you worried about money? The shop is booming." And she said, "Yeah, but that's just one day." You know, Pam then says, "Girl, you about to drop that baby. And once you drop that baby, Zack won't have no choice but to give you child support." And then Karen then has a look on her face like, about that. And I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but that look said to me, I did not mean for it to get this far. And again, I've been wrong before. But anyway, um, I don't want to say too much on that because that's one of those situations that we have to wait and see. And I'll give my thoughts on that once I review other scenes. We'll get there. Okay. So Sabrina. Sabrina's at work and we see the banter. We see the banter between her and white woman Paige. And shout out to the writers for this because they're actually spreading awareness to what happens in corporate settings. So we see her and Paige, and they're kind of going back and forth. The white entitled woman messing with the black woman. Thinking that they can say whatever they want to the black woman. She, the whole. I'm not racist. I have black friends of it all, right? So she's saying stuff to Sabrina. Trying to mess with Sabrina and stuff. Trying to, thinking that's because Sabrina made a mistake that Sabrina not doing her job when clearly Sabrina is doing her job and probably could do her job and everybody else's. So and that's the vibe that I got. So their boss comes over and tells them about a position that's coming up and says that let them know that it's open, they should apply for it. So now they're both about to go on. They're both about to go in for the same position. That's pretty much all that happened there. That's pretty much all that happened there. Um, Another thing that happened at the office is Hayden notices that the managing partner has passed away. He sees Andi and Fatima talking. He calls Gary. I want to get back on your good graces. The managing partner died. I'm trying to I want to get back on your good graces. I'm not gonna rat you out to the feds no more. It ain't about me going to jail. Business is business. So I want to be back on your team because I'm the only person that can keep you out of jail now because the managing partner is dead. And I want to be the next managing partner. Um, and in order for me to do that, I'll keep the feds off of you if you help me be the next managing partner and help me destroy Andi so that she won't get it. That's why I said corporate is a dog eat dog world because earlier that same day, Hayden was just telling Andi and Fatima, look, I ain't going to jail for him. Okay. I can't do the FBI. I'm not going to no jail and stuff. So it was F Gary. We all on the same side this time. Now that the partner is dead, now that the managing partner is dead, and a new position is up for grabs, it's it's F Andi, and he back on Gary's side. You gotta watch people like that. People like that will snitch on everybody. So all that doing wrong and being wrong, forget I said that. Cause people like Hayden, child, they'll snitch on anybody to keep from doing football numbers in jail. Because it's two things that people don't want to do. They don't want to be broke and they don't want to go to jail. And anything to avoid them two things, they'll do it. That's exactly why Fatima was looking at him like that. Hayden gonna look out for Hayden. And whoever he gotta step over to do that, when his back is against the wall, he'll do whatever he gotta do to crawl out. Can't trust people like that at all. He will hate Gary tomorrow again. So yeah, that happened with it. Let's see what else happened. Penelope heard that conversation. I'm all over the place, but I'm not going in the specific order. I'm just telling y'all everything that happened in the episode. We talking about everything that happened in the episode. Penelope actually heard that conversation, and she heard that conversation, and she's trying to find a way to play Gary too. And Gary leaves out. He looks like he's falling for it. I don't think he's falling for it, but he leaves out. She's like, look, let me see what I can find on him to keep him away from my baby. So she finds a passport with, definitely, definitely. She finds a passport with the name Gary John Borders or John Gary Borders or something like that. The name that stuck out to me on that was John. Let me tell you why that stuck out to me. Because if y'all remember when Aaron was real active on Sistas, y'all remember that woman that came to Karen's salon and was calling him John? What y'all get when y'all put that all together? Gary was being counseled by Aaron. Andi and Karen are best friends. Andi and Gary met in a grocery store. Karen and Aaron met in a grocery store. Now, Fawn has Fawn killed herself in front of Karen because she was driven crazy to do so. Jasmine, Gary's ex-wife, was driven crazy, and now we don't know where she is. Another woman done came to Karen's salon and done called Aaron a manipulator, and she called him John. And Aaron said, "Stop calling me John and get out of here." And now Gary has a passport with the name John on it. What y'all get when y'all put all that together? Don't worry, my comments is open. What y'all get when y'all put all that together? Because I know what I get when I put all that together. But I just want to know what y'all get when y'all put all of that together. Because you're not going to tell me that these two men who just so happen to know each other get with best friends, get with two women who just so happen to be best friends in a grocery store, but Atlanta is just too small. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Anyway, Fatima comes into Hayden's office and she gives him a warning. Look, I know you up to something. I know what you're doing. And you gunning for this partner position, and that position belongs to Andi, and you need to stop it. This is what I want to talk about as far as Hayden being a intricate part of the sisters storyline, because he is, and we are about to get into why. Let me read these comments first. They have definitely been playing this game for a long time, and the reason why Aaron gets to hide in the radar is because he uses that preacher line. He get to hide because he's a man of God. Mm-hmm. And you notice every time she asks Aaron what he do for a living, he say, "Let me rub your feet." He never explained what he did for a living, and he didn't tell her that he was a preacher until he wasn't with until he was not with Vaughn no more. That explains exactly why Aaron has so much money. Yep. And let me be clear. Not all men of the cloth are bad. I'm just making a point that Aaron gets to, hey Tim. I'm just making the point that Aaron had a chance to hide in plain sight. That's all I'm saying. He had a chance to. Anyway, Fatima issued out a warning that Hayden needed to stop what he was doing. And he was like, "You threatening me?" She was like, "My family don't make threats." And his face fell. Now, his face fell because it has always been my theory that Hayden knows exactly who Fatima's family is. Reason why I've always said this is because Hayden's mama and Fatima's mama know each other. They go to church together. Hayden and Fatima grew up together. Crystal said it in the video when she first came on the scene in season 2 that Hayden and Fatima were friends, best friends actually. They were best friends, went to school together. They actually dated and they grew up together. They dated and it did not work out. He wanted more, she didn't. And they mamas are like this. And they go to church together. That's why when they first got introduced, when she went in that office in season 2 and she asked him to do this favor for her, or do this favor for Andi on her behalf, he said, "You know that's getting old." And she said, "If you don't do this to me, I'm gonna call my mama and I'm gonna tell her you won't help me." And then you know she gonna call your mama because they go to church together. And people are like, "Well, why won't Hayden just call the police and stuff?" He can't do that. He got stuff on her, she got stuff on him. He cannot expose Fatima without exposing himself. This is why when she told him in season 3, "I know where everybody is buried," that's why he stood down. Gary can't do nothing either. Gary can't do nothing. Only reason he called the police in season 4, I did not do this to do a whole backstory on everything, but hey, we're here now. The only reason he called the police in season 4 when she came and trashed his face, which she shouldn't have did that, but the only reason he called the police on Fatima when she trashed his place back in season 4 is because Gary was there. So he had to. Otherwise, it would have just been a tit for tat cat and mouse game between them two. Because you notice when she called her people to have him beat up and threw on and had him through on that car, he didn't do nothing. The only thing he said was, "Man, Fatima, why you play like that? You didn't have to do all of that." He only called the police and had her arrested because he had to, because he had a witness there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have. He had to make a point in front of his homeboy. He wouldn't have did that otherwise. They would have just been playing. Anyway, she's showing her hand because she has a plan, and is her plan is to her plan is if Andi gets this managing partner position, Andi can write a letter of recommendation for her to go ahead and either take the bar or just pass the bar. But that was that. Let's get down to the meat of the episode. which was Danny and Zack talking. So Zack goes to Danny for some advice about the Karen situation, but about him and Karen, because he wanted to know if he should ask her for a DNA test. And I really wish a lot of people would actually listen to the entire scene without just taking bits and pieces of it and just running with it. Because he went in there, he was like, look, Fatima, he was like, look, Fatima is pushing it. And he was like, Zack really is tired on both ends, you know. And he was like, I really just want to be. He was like, I'm really just tired on both ends. I'm tired of the BS on both ends. And to me, that leads me to believe that something has transpired in these last 3 months. Because if we remember correctly, at the end of season 6, everybody was cool. Well, I mean, not friends, but Zack and Karen was cordial. Fatima and Karen was cordial. So I really want to know what happened. I want to know what took place within these last 3 months to have Karen back to the point of looking at Fatima like she's scum, not wanting her around her friends, and of course, maybe there's nothing that could ever be done to make her like Fatima or be friends with Fatima. And that's okay with that. I don't care about that. But I mean, to be just downright mean to a person that's never done anything to you directly, I don't subscribe to that. I understand us as women. Sometimes you just have people that you just don't rock with. Cool, fine. But to just make a conscious decision to just be mean and ugly and just throw shade and shots to a person. Because, like, Karen has even said it. Yeah, I throw shade even when I don't want to, because I just do it. I just want to be mad at you. You're making a choice to be mean to someone, and you don't have to. It's fine if you don't like a person. You could just not like a person and just stay away from them. She did. She liked Fatima. She was cool with her. Karen, exactly. Karen and Fatima actually rocked more than anybody else did. But anyway, Danny and Zack was talking, and Zack was like, she was with me and the preacher, and I just want to know if I'm the father or not, because I don't want to spend all this time and energy with the baby, end up loving the child, and then later on down the line, I find out that the baby is not mine. And also, there it is the fact that she was with me and someone else within the same time period. Danny goes, this is what I will say that the entire sister circle need to do is actively listen. Because he said that. Danny then says, so you calling my girl a hoe? That's not what Zack said. He didn't say that. Zack just stated a fact, which is the truth. Karen slept with two men within seven within days of each other. I don't think it's unfair that Zack wants to know if he is the father. Now, side note, now I'm gonna get back to reviewing the show. What I do think needs to happen is they just need to stay away from each other until the baby is born. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, um, Yeah. So Zack was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And so Danny then says, Zack, Karen just lost everything. Her shop burned down. She almost died. She's pregnant. She's having to rebuild her entire life during this pregnancy. And you're asking her this now. And I agree with that. However, I want to say this. What I don't understand is how is it that just for Karen's character specifically, how is it that grace is just supposed to be extended just to her when Karen's not the only character on the show that's going through something. Karen isn't the only person on the show that life be lifing, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that, that I don't have condolences or that I don't empathize with what Karen is going through, because I do. I do. But Karen still slept with two dudes. The situation is still messy, Now, again, does that give Zach the right to storm in there on her big day, telling the whole world about it? No, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. But anyway, so Zach, and of course, Danny did say that. Now, hold on, now you don't have to do that right now. Just and I think she was like, I'm not saying you don't have a right to know. You do have a right to know. Make her do another DNA test, because I went, and then she then goes into the whole spiel of, I went to college with her. I know her for her works, basically. Now, I don't think Danny should have done that. She should not have done that, because, in my opinion, and y'all probably gonna get mad at me for saying it, but hey, we're adults. I don't think that it was Zach's. I don't think it was Zach's business what she did in college. They were 18, 19 years old then. They're 37 years old now. They're knocking on 40 now. Zach wasn't with her then. Zach wasn't with her then. He didn't know her then. He didn't know her. He didn't know her back when they were in their early 20s. Danny did not. Danny didn't have to tell him about that. I do believe that Danny brought that up because that was misplaced anger, because Karen does always judge Danny. Karen does always, make cheap shots about, her weight and stuff like that. I think that in that moment, Danny thought about all the times that Karen had said something negative about her, judgy about her. She thought about the time that Zach told her, "Hey, are those really your friends? Because the way they talk about you, I wouldn't know that they're your friends." I think that, yes, misplaced anger. I think that she thought about all of that, and in thinking about all of that comment about college and stuff like that, and the possibility of it being a third dude came out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the comments. Now, again, her telling Zach, yeah, yeah, if you want to get another DNA test, that's your right. She should have kept it at that only, or not said nothing. But let me also say this too. For everybody saying that Danny is right in telling Zach, oh, Danny is real. And Danny just being real. Danny just being real. Yada yada yada. Okay, cool. In being real, Danny also needs to bring up that blank DNA test. Because she still ain't brought that up. Because neither Zach nor Aaron know that DNA test that Aaron was screaming about in front of everybody is blank. So if we're gonna call out one real thing, we need to call out all real stuff. If that's your homeboy, if you're friend, now me personally, if I'm friends with my if I have my best friend and I'm also friends with her ex and the new girl, I'm staying completely out of it. I'm not. I am staying completely out of it. Don't come to me with that. I don't. Nope. Mm-mm. Boundary crossed. Uh, Boundary crossed. Mm-mm. Do what you feel is best for you. Neutral answer. Do what you feel is best for you. And then I would call Karen. Karen, your boy came up here. He asked this, that, and the third, and I told him he need to do what's best for you. So if you are lying or if you're doing something, you need to get your ducks in a row. But this just goes to show you can't hide forever. And also, remember back in season one, we found out that Karen was pillow talking with Zack. Danny is now doing the exact same thing with Tony. So if we're gonna call out one and say that that's wrong, we got to call out this too. Yes, none of the sisters know. I agree. None of the sisters know how to be neutral. I 1000% agree. Truly, I agree. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, I thought she was too. That I thought she was going to tell Zach about the blank sheet of paper. That's what I thought was going to be the quote unquote betrayal. I ain't know she was going to go back, way back down memory lane and tell him about their college days. That because nah, that wasn't Zach business. But yeah, she definitely put it in his head. She put it in his head that there is a third guy because she said it. She was like, I mean, her words were, I mean, she was messing with you and the preacher dude. Who's to say she wasn't messing with somebody else? I've been knowing Karen for a long time, and she used to love the BBD. That is what she said. So her saying that put it in Zach's ear that it could be a third, that it could be a third guy. So now forget the college and forget the her bringing up her college stuff. The comment, she was sleeping with you and she was sleeping with the preacher dude. Who's to say there wasn't a third guy? And then Zach was like, you really think so? That comment there alone, that comment there honestly alone is messy. Now, true or not, I mean, even true or not, that comment was messy. What else happened? Oh, then she has a conversation with Tony. Do you remember when Zach told Fatima that it could be he did, and this is what's confusing. What's confusing is yes, yes, absolutely. That's what's confusing to me about season 6 and where we are now. But again, I'm going to give it time and I'm gonna wait. It is. It is. It is. It is. And she, Tony definitely pulled it out of her. When he asked, "Dang, you really fed up with Karen, ain't you?" So I've been seeing some tweets and also some Facebook stuff of people saying it's giving jealousy. I personally don't think that. When you're jealous of, matter of fact, let me look up the definition of jealousy because I don't think that people know what the word jealous actually means. Feeling or showing envy of someone or their achievements and advantages. Let's analyze that word for a minute, okay? When you are feeling or showing envy of someone or their achievements and advantages, and this is according to the New Oxford American Dictionary. Okay? Okay. So let's analyze that really quickly. In order for a person to be jealous of someone, that means that they have to want your achievements or your advantages. Okay? What does, and I'm not being funny when I'm not being funny. I'm seriously asking. And when I ask this question, let me preface this by saying I'm not asking this or saying I'm not asking this or saying this is not to say that Karen has not achieved anything. But what is it that Danny could be jealous of Karen of? Danny has a degree. According to her, she has a degree and a master's. She got a couple. Quiet as kept. People at the airport make real good money. The benefits are awesome. Karen was in a relationship, an off and on relationship with a guy who, according to her, matter of fact, while I got my phone out, how many butterflies are in the world? There are more than 100 and no, there are about 160,000 species of butterflies around the world. Okay, so according to Karen, Zack made her hate 160,000 butterflies. So this man made you hate 160,000 butterflies, according to you. He gave you the clap more than once, and you kept going back. You had to take care of him, according to you in the story that you tell your homegirls. I'm trying to understand, and again, I'm not being funny. I'm asking. Y'all quit laughing at me in the comments. I'm asking, what is it that Danny could be jealous of? Yes, that's what I think. Yes. So Jasmine Jones wrote, I think Danny is tired of being treated as if she's lesser than the other sisters. So let's unpack that really quickly. That's what I think too. I think that that's what that is, and I really do think that something has taken place in these last 3 months, and I really truly would love to know what it is. If I'm honest, I want to know what that is more than anything, because something did. Something did happen. something happened within this last 3 months, and it really does have the sister circle as a whole shifting, if you will. Because even there was a scene in last night's episode where Sabrina and Andi was hanging out. They were hanging out and they were like, "Have you talked to Karen?" And it was like, no, I think she's upset that we had to leave early, but Sabrina was like, "Yeah, Sabrina was like, "Yeah, I had to get back to work. I got all this stuff at work going on." And Andi was like, "Yeah, I got this stuff going on too at work. I can't." They were both like, "I can't be everywhere. I can't be everywhere all the time and be there for her too. You know, I hope she understands that, So the girls are really reaching a point where, like I said, life is lifing, and they're realizing it, and they're real. So life is good for them, but life is also lifing, and I think they've reached a point in their life where they're learning to sit with themselves. So I would love to know that. I want to know what happened. Personally, me. I want to know what happened. Yeah, that wasn't proven by him either. He never said that he got it. None of the other women ever confirmed. I don't know. But child, these writers be forgetting what they write to. Who knows? We'll never know. And I'm not about to give myself a headache trying to figure it out. So who knows, child? Um, how did the episode end? Oh, it ended with Zack rolling up, telling Karen, "I need a DNA test." And I do want to speak to that. I do want to speak to that really quickly because, like I said, he definitely was. He definitely was wrong for coming up there like that. He he did. He was like, "Dang, you look nice in here." Zach is so petty. He said, "Dang, you look nice in here. Did insurance buy that?" He said, "Did insurance buy that? You should have got the. You should have got the shop. You should have burned the other one down a long time ago." Oh, we Zach is petty. I cannot with the vow. Anyway, so he was like, he said, what got me from that is when he said, "I need a DNA test," and Pam said, "Oh, it's about to go down." I'm noticing that Pam is clinging to Karen a whole lot more now. I'm no, I've picked up on that. So could it be that Pam is turning into not just an assistant? That's interesting to me. That's really really interesting. So that's how the episode ended. And next week we're going to see how that plays out. And here's what I think, because I actually said this today, but Karen is so used to Zach just going along with what she says and not asking her questions, and now he is. He is asking questions, and I don't. She's not used to that, nor does she like that. So in her mind, so in her mind, it's, I didn't expect this to go this far because Zach was just supposed to take my word for it, and that's it. Because how dare he ask me questions? He doesn't have a right to ask me questions when he the one that cheated. He cheated. How can he even ask me questions? Who is he to ask me questions anyway? And I mean, we see it play out. She don't like for nobody to ask her questions. Period. I mean, we see how she reacts when anybody asks her questions about anything. She don't like answering questions. So, and again, this isn't a dig at her, from saying that I don't like, because I don't dislike anybody. I'm literally just pointing out what we see on screen. She does, that's her attitude, exactly. She does not like answering questions at all. Because I remember that scene when Aaron was like, how do you know? How can you be sure if it's Zach's baby if you haven't even been to the doctor? And she's like, okay, we're not doing this. The only reason I even told you is so that you can stop pursuing me, because she expected she expected to tell, even in that scene. She and for viewing purposes, if that was season 4, but she expected to tell Aaron, I'm pregnant, and she expected Aaron to spaz and just stop dealing with her. She didn't expect Aaron to be like, okay, so how far along are you? Well, how do you know? You sure it can't? You sure it's not mine? So are you sure it's Zach's, or you just want it to be his? You just don't want it to be my baby. She did not expect follow-up questions from Aaron. She just expected Aaron to just hear I'm pregnant and just get up and walk away, never to hear from him again, and that's it. Because Karen, I mean, as much as we don't like to admit it, Karen is narcissistic too. Now, I want to be clear. This is not to say exactly. He does exactly. Now, me saying that Karen is narcissistic does not mean that I'm saying that Karen does not have a right to her feelings. This is not me saying that Karen is not grieving a relationship, or that Karen does not have a right to feel, or none of that. Two things can be true. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. That was the episode. Next week is going to be, oh yeah, and we come to find out Gary be sniffing that powder. Child, I ain't Gary is probably the best villain on Tyler Perry television, next to Randall from If Loving You Was Wrong. Uh, he is a toss up between Randall and Eddie from If Loving You Was Wrong. And if y'all ever watch those two shows, if y'all ever watch that show, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Absolutely. He really is the and the reason why he's the that's why I be saying Gary is the king on the chessboard, because he is the opposition that you don't see coming, because he'll get you while you're in his face and you don't even realize you got. And the reason why he's so good at what he does is because he studies women, literally studies them. Like, he does this for a living. Like, they need Tyler Perry needs to do a spinoff, and it needs to be called Surviving Gary Borders. Oh my god. They need to do a Surviving Gary. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Anyway. Oh Jesus. Oh. Oh my Lord. Y'all forgive me. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, good Lord. Oh Lord, have mercy. I could just hear it now. We met on aisle 4 at the grocery store. Woo! Okay. Okay, for real. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Yep. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord. Gary got a whole Ponzi scheme. Get good God. Gary is something else. Like surviving scary Gary. God dog. Oh my Lord. Y'all gotta chill in these comments. Y'all have got to chill out in these comments. Please stop. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all, please stop it. Oh. Y'all stop it. Stop it in these comments, please. Woo! Ah! Woo! Okay. I gotta be more professional than this. Y'all not gonna watch my lives no more if I keep this up. Woo! Okay. Y'all gonna come back. Please come back. Woo! 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 They all gonna have the same ring. They all gonna have. They all gonna have the same ring. Oh God. They all gonna have blue. They all gonna have blue. They gonna have blue Rolls Royces. Woo! Woo! Oh Jesus. Oh. Oh wee. Ah. They all gonna have blue Rolls Royces. They all gonna have the same condo. Oh my Lord. They all gonna be like when he got caught, he cried. Baby, she meant nothing to me. Oh my Lord. Oh. Oh. Okay, for real. All right, for real. All right. Ah. Okay, for real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I do have sense. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the shenanigans. I'm gonna stop for real. Whew. Okay. They all gonna be like, he tried to buy me a house in the country. He tried to buy me a house in the country. He told me he was gonna take care of me. He told me he wanted to be the only man in my life. He bought me a vintage wedding dress. He told me that he wanted to get married to me. And he planned it out himself. And he disguised it as a photo shoot. Okay. Whew. Uh, okay, for real. All right. Anyway, what did I forget to talk about, y'all? Did I forget something? Oh, what y'all think about Jordan? Because Andi seems to be happy with Jordan. To me, she seems to be happy. But I did remember seeing a article or something that Penelope and Jordan were actually ex-husband and wives. So that kind of leads me to believe that Penelope and Andi are came together to try to run game and try to catch Gary in something. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. I don't know. Jordan looked like he like Maurice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do too. Yes, I also find it odd that if she felt like, yes, because if she felt like she was in danger, if she y'all in these comments going ham. If she felt like she was in danger, why didn't she call her brother? Yes, good catch, y'all. Really, yes, really, really good catch. Really good catch. Um, let's see. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Almost feel like they are the part of the phase. That's a good point. Yep, I do think that that's odd. He was about to go there. He kept, he was like, he talking about his palms are sweaty. And he talking about Maurice talking about he want to be one of the homeboys and stuff. Child, child, look. The way get the at the rate Gary going, that child Gary probably bought a ring for Maurice too. Let me stop. For real. Let me stop. Let me stop. He sure is. He sure is, and that's probably why. Because I think Andi is probably going to end up having to marry Gary. I think allegedly. Everybody get a ring. You get a ring. You get a ring. Everybody, everybody get a ring. Yep. Everybody get rings, baby. Everybody in Atlanta got a ring. Nose candy is wow. Nose candy is wow. Yep. His slip definitely is hanging. So here's why Gary is losing control. Gary is losing control because, in my opinion, Gary is losing control because he doesn't have control anymore. He had control when he had Andi under his thumb. Andi not under his thumb no more. Andi exposed him to Penelope. Not only did Andi expose him to Penelope, Andi decided that she ain't doing this no more. Andi exposing him let it be known that she was done. Andi done got a battery in her back and done decided she done. She ain't doing this no more. She done. When you look the devil in his eye and let the devil know you done, when you look the devil in his eye and let him know who he is, He gonna do one or two things. He either gonna leave you alone or he gonna become who he is and gonna be who he is. When you expose the spirit, the spirit either gonna leave or it's just he ain't got no choice but to just be who he is. Gary is being all of himself. And the one person that he had control over was Andi. So Andi gone. That's why he mad. And that's why I hate to, well, no, I don't. People would get mad. People get upset with me because I'm comparing Karen and Gary to each other, but they're both controlling, just in different ways. The same way that Karen would get upset because she was a woman used to being in control, and now she does not have control anymore. It's the same way that Gary is used to being in control, and now he doesn't have control anymore. We're just seeing it. We're just seeing it play out different. So yeah, Gary is being all of himself. Well, for now, she's gone. As and I think, and if she does go back, it's not gonna be because she want to. In my opinion, if she go back, it ain't gonna be because she want to. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that was the episode. This was fun, and I thank y'all for hanging out with me. I done kept y'all on here for over an hour, but and half of that hour was me clowning and us, talking about other um other seasons and other episodes of the show. But I enjoyed you too, Rosa. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I appreciate y'all. Did I leave anything out? I think I covered everything. He did. He did. He thought that she was gone. He thought that she was gone when Robin was around. That's why he had to get. That's why he had to get rid of him. That's what I'm saying. Gary is the king on the chessboard. He moved pieces around. Everybody in Sistas, all leads back to Gary. That's why he's the king on the chessboard. You're welcome. You're welcome. I did too. I like them together. I like Robin and Andi together too. I ain't but you know what though? I'm not shocked that Gary is sniffing that stuff. Child, he needed something to sniff. I'm a hush. Woo! Okay. All right, for real. All right, for real. So this is considered my live reaction to season 7, episode 4. I will do a trailer breakdown later. You said it. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, that's why he did that. He ain't had no booger sugar in his pocket, so woo. Okay, for real, I'm done. That was my live reaction for the night. I love y'all in real life. Thank you guys so much. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Please like, please comment, and thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you guys later. Bye.